Hello again. Um, it's, it's already the next day. That's so funny because that just happened yesterday. Um, yeah. So, where should I start? Where should I start? I remember from the first video. Gosh, like that first video was just. I wrote a script for that. Just want to say clearly, like I wrote a script for that. Um, and it's pretty obvious of it's pretty obvious that I did write that script and you know but I just wanted to really make that video to have like just my full straight intentions and really say everything how I want to say it more forwardly than just really just thinking it out. So yeah. um but looking at that video, it seems like I was really pushing uh a deeper, a more how do I say it? It just seemed like I was really like, of course, pushing, like, really pushing myself to act in this creativity and all that stuff. Um but it made me realize that I think, the more of these uploads, I feel like I think it's just more than just really just talking about and just doing creativity. I think is what I come to realize. Um and this happens a lot, where I, you know, tell myself that I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. Then um and then I wouldn't say like fail. It's just I think I tend to forget the pace that I do this at. And well, this is actually the first time I'm actually, you know, really committing myself, and I realized I have to do it at a certain pace. I gotta find and really understand what I am doing. like what is this process? What is this creative process? What is all these projects? All that stuff. And um and I know I said it again, like, that's of course in the far future, but what about now? What about the current? You know, and and it feels as if the more I make these videos, I feel like there's going to be a large shift and a large change throughout these videos, because it's I feel like the more I do these videos, it's just me about just venting all that stuff, and it's not really about the creative process, but maybe but but maybe it is, maybe really speaking about what's on my mind, and you know um being authentic, right? Being real, being the person that I am right now, even with such low energy. But uh, I think that of itself is already um, part of this this journey really uh, is really telling um, my story, really, and myself, and right. Because that's what's really what it is, right? You know, I really want to make this channel just like the art of itself, but um, and I want to do it ugly. I remember saying that in my first ever video was doing ugly, and um, you know, uh, not ugly in the way where I'm not just trying at all, uh, but yeah, I feel like the more I do these videos, I feel like I also realize, even in talking right now, is actually realizing like the situation that I'm in. So, um, but yeah, and yeah, what else? It's kind of it's kind of interesting that, and it's kind of interesting that that like, I won't say interesting, but it's just like, you think you know so much about what's about to happen. What's what what is that process, and you, like, you go on the internet, you see like the phases you go through when you do like um do something, and I feel like I'm not the only one that feels like that. Like you know we go to YouTube and we use other information to help us, to self-help, and little do we realize um that we we forget to actually realize, like, the part of just doing the thing, you know and you understand all, like, what, like, you understand, like, how to do certain things, and how to, like, you understand, like, how to how to we just understand, like, these concepts of just having to do stuff and all these smart goals and all that stuff. But then it really comes to the point of actually applying it, you know and understanding the cost um of what you're putting in. And I think I'm realizing that's what something I'm realizing is really the cost of uh putting myself here, and putting my child here. And really, like, because, like, even though it's been 4 days, it's been like quite literally this uncomfortable feeling that I should just go back to the stuff I've been usually doing. But and I said that in the other video, that's the feeling that I'm witnessing is completely normal. So yeah, and I'm really trying to stop figuring out, I don't want to use like a video to, or anything information. I think I just want to really sit with this feeling and understand that this is really the like the feelings I'm feeling, because I gotta be honest, like, doing these videos is kind of tedious, and and to do this in front of the camera just feels like I should be more prepared, and as I said before, I definitely want to enjoy this process. But then, it's like that first feeling of doing something. It's very, very, like, exciting, but then there's that point where it just really, like, naturally just skews down, and now it's just doing the part without having to attach too much joy to it. when days are just not like that, So yeah. Um, but today felt just like that, just the doing part, you know. Um, not much, so much where I could really think of an idea or a video. Um, not like I don't want to, but um, but yeah. And I'm just thinking right now, but maybe like this creative process is really just putting myself out there. Um, and that's really the point. Is really putting myself out there is sort of this process of me. Um, being creative is just my way of saying my authentic self, and um, and then that first, just like to clear that first video was really me just like, you know, explaining myself about I was really going through that from that video. So that feeling of that first video, that feeling of that video when I started this series, um, it was a lot of ambition, a lot of, you know, um, a lot of goals that are such like really just dreams, really. And I'm not gonna down on that, um, but just goes to show like, um, I feel like it just goes to show of like how honest I am, you know, how deeply deeply not just committed but deeply like I'm deeply rooted in, myself. So yeah. I feel like this series will probably become like a journal series, really. I think that's what's becoming right now, is like people up like really become like this journal series of myself. So I I think that what it's gonna become. So yeah, that's happening right now. What else? Unfortunately I didn't have like a drawing because stuff happened. But um what else? What else? Um but yeah, okay. That's it.